It's been a while, so I've forgotten how to do anything.
Been a while.
Maybe this.
Yeah, who sings that song?
I don't know.
Stain?
Do we even know anything
Stain?
beyond that lyric?
It's since I've been. That's all I know. It's been.
I don't even know that part.
Since I've
It's
been.
been a while
friend
since
from
I've
Stain.
been on this podcast.
Is it something about the nookie? Something about
We
the
can make up
nookie?
our own.
No?
What?
Is it something about the nookie? That did it all for the nookie? Is that the next lyric?
It's been a
That
while.
song I know.
Since I've had a nookie.
Dan, do you guys know that song by heart, right? Do you
What
know all
song?
the lyrics?
The nookie
The
song or
nookie?
the,
I don't know
or
my
the Stain
heart.
song?
You don't know it by heart. Like you couldn't
No.
recite it? Dan knows it. I know Dan knows it. He
I'm
looks like
pretty
he
sure
knows
I
it.
don't.
Okay, damn it.
If we were at a karaoke and it was playing on a screen, I'd be like,
Wait,
"Yeah, I
there's
can
gotta
follow
be
along."
no. There's one. Fred Durst, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Rolling is one thing. Nookie's something
Rollin'.
else.
Roland, you
Yeah.
guys know that's. For sure,
Roland,
right?
I know. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it goes like
'Cause of the-
nookie, 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 nookie. Come on, nookie, 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 nookie. Yeah. Right?
Is that how?
Yeah.
That's not how it starts.
That's
Wait,
how it goes in my heart.
Those lyrics are amazing. Move in, now move out. Stand up, now stand down. Back up, back up. Tell me what you're gonna do now.
Do now.
Wow.
You have to go up. You have to go do now.
What's the first lyric? Actually, Like,
Uh,
how does it start?
I think Marvin
Put your hands
started
up.
it already.
Put your hands up. That's the first lyric.
All right, everybody.
It's essentially a hokey pokey song.
yeah, kind of.
Oh my
God,
god.
what a limp opening.
Stand up, stand back.
What a limp
Stand down.
opening.
Now roll. I don't know. That's
Oh, boy.
anyway.
Fred Durst is directing the new Star Trek. I wouldn't be surprised now, though. Like,
Yeah, he could play Picard.
He has John
No,
Travolta connections now. John Travolta could probably
Yeah.
get him, to direct.
no, he'll just make another Battleship Earth or whatever it's fucking called.
He could
Battleship.
totally be Picard. He's a lookalike for sure.
Who?
Fred Durst.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
have to
rapping
look him
Picard?
yeah.
With
look
the
it
hat?
up. No, well,
Yeah.
you take the hat off, but he's got
No,
like
you got.
he
Yeah.
can
He's
do it.
unrecognizable without the hat. You don't know.
Yeah.
No, because he's playing Sir. Not playing Sir Patrick Stewart, but he will be playing Picard.
Dude, I see it.
Yeah, I see.
Fred Durst.
It could definitely work.
I can
There's
see
this
it.
one picture that looks like so like I could totally see young Patrick Stewart here.
I
This is
could
the
see it.
prequel.
I could see
Yes.
it if like not Jean-Luc Picard. Who was the actor? Patrick Stewart. If Patrick Stewart had committed murder on the set of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and they had to do like a America's Most
Recast.
Wanted because he wanted the lamb,
Oh,
it would be
I
Fred
see.
Durst. Fred Durst as
Placed it.
as Patrick Stewart
recreation.
as Luc Picard, and one of the extras like pisses him off, and he just fucking backhands him, and then he falls and he hits his head, the extra, and then he dies. And
See? I just put a photo of him in the chat that I feel
He could
is-
play Picard's son, like in like a spin-off.
Well, obviously,
you know?
this is an old picture. He looks older now.
No, I mean even now, like that, he could play his son.
It looks
I
like
think.
Jason Statham.
Dude, don't ever besmirch the name of Jason Statham, dude.
Oh my god. I don't
By the
see the
way-
chat.
Oh, I gotta put it in your. I have
Oh,
our
yeah.
Discord. Hold on, wait. This photo.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me.
You know what I was thinking? I was watching a commercial this weekend.
Mhm.
It was for a restaurant that shall remain unnamed, Del Taco, and they are making now tortas. Like
Oh.
they failed taco, so they're like, let's move on to the next thing. Try to fail.
Well, they
They're
already
like
make
another
burgers,
Mexican item.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
Mexican burgers, tortas.
I see it.
Yeah,
And I was
right.
thinking, what do you think each of the crew members of like the original? I'm gonna call them the original Avengers of the original crew. Do you think? So we know Worf. He likes like crazy Worfian food, right? He likes
Mhm.
all that stuff,
Gah.
spicy stuff, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably likes a lot of Tabasco and stuff on his food.
Yeah.
Tia.
But the ones that are like humanoids and come from like descendants from Earth, what do you think they're into? Like, what's their like go-to fast food?
Well, Picard's just
Um,
French. So
he just a
So
lot of
French
baguettes and
fries?
cheese. A lot of
I think Riker enjoys unseasoned eggs.
yeah, he
Well,
just
yeah,
puts
yeah.
plain eggs in his torta, and that's it.
Oof.
Nothing else.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause he's got
Picard is
huevos.
Oh,
but I think Picard's a like a curry guy, right? Is that a European thing? Is that a England thing?
Well, they love tikka masala over there. That's for sure.
They do.
Oh, in
Yeah, I
England?
guess
Yeah,
so.
they're
Yeah.
crazy about the Indian food. That's
You
the
think-
first meal I had when I went over to London.
Fish and chips.
No, I had Indian food.
Oh, okay. What about Riker? So Riker likes eggs. You think he's
just
an
have
IHOP
plain
guy?
eggs.
He's like, oh, I fucking love this place called IHOP back in the day.
With his Earl Grey.
No, we're talking
No,
about
that's
Riker here.
Riker.
Oh,
Riker.
Oh,
Yeah.
oops. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about
I think Riker's
wrong white
Riker's-
guy.
Riker's either a IHOP or a Denny's kind of guy. I feel like 'Cause he
He's
likes
more of an
eggs.
IHOP. He's the lower end, so he would
Yeah.
go straight to IHOP.
Cracker
instead of
Barrel.
Denny's.
He's like a Cracker Barrel. Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Cracker
I just
Barrel.
had that thought the other day.
Well, first of all, it's been a while. We should mention that Jasmine's joining us again.
Yeah.
So hello, Jasmine.
Hi.
Welcome back.
It's been a while.
Oh,
We last heard Jasmine on the episode Sarek.
It's true.
Which was all about Stained, the band Stained.
Yeah. It was actually weirdly labeled. And she wanted to come back for Data's Day. She's a.
I wanted to
a
come back for something lighter.
Yes.
Well, it's also
Quite
a very
light.
charming episode.
Yes.
It's actually one of my favorite episodes in general because I'm always jonesing for more just slice of life episodes of Star Trek. Like,
Boy,
what is it
this
like?
a slice of life.
yeah.
Yeah, just a nice little slice of having a baby and a wedding in a single episode in a single day.
Yeah, it's a big ship. A lot of
You
stuff
know, as life goes.
There's hundreds of people
That's
aboard.
life.
Yeah. If you're
Oh,
like,
isn't it like thousands? There's
It's like
four-
900 something, or
Yeah.
like just over 1,000. I think
That's
we
what I
had
was-
that count from the.
That's, yeah. Memory.
yeah, we
That's
got
right.
that
the
from some other-
capacity
forward.
of the Enterprise D.
But
Enterprise
don't you
D
think
is
that
1,000
there be-
people. Yeah.
There be more
Yeah,
kids
thereabouts.
being born every day. Like one kid wouldn't be like news. Like it'd be like there's like 3 kids every day that are born.
Well,
Don't you
for
think so?
1,000 people, you probably get like a birth every few days, probably. Not
Yeah,
like
Maybe they
but
have like
this-
morning announcements, like at a high school
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, there's like there's been a child.
yeah.
But like Picard at the end of this episode, it seems like he had never seen a baby before. He's like, oh my god, look at this baby, dude.
It's because he hates kids.
You know, Memory
Beautiful
Alpha has
baby.
a hilarious entry for the kid that was born in this episode. It's just called Juarez Baby.
Warren.
Not
Unnamed,
even a
uncredited
name.
baby, but they have a picture of it anyway, and it's called Juarez Baby.
It's the Juarez baby.
you know-
it's with the
you know
Juarez.
what?
That would be a
cartel.
fun like date thing. Like you go out on a date and the guy you're seeing is like, "Hey, so I played the Juarez baby in
Oh.
TNG. I'm not trying to be like,
I don't want to. I don't pull this out every
That's
time.
a weird
but,
humble brag.
You know, I just
yeah.
wanna-
I mean, you can't say you won't be impressed. I would be impressed,
That should be front and center on your Bumble profile.
right? Juarez baby. That was
well,
me.
hopefully, he doesn't get into the same trouble as Nirvana, baby. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made
Oh,
me
he's
think of that.
Sue Star Trek.
He's like, you showed my dick. So I was thinking, like, because he's looking at the baby like Vin Diesel does in like one of the Fast and the Furious movies. When Vin Diesel has a kid, he's like, oh, family, baby.
Yeah.
By the way, Vin Diesel in all the Fast and the Furious movies, he speaks like Frankenstein. Family. Oh.
oh God.
I've been noticing that, like his cadence, every movie as it goes. I think he got infected by the "I'm Groot" thing, and he's like, my shtick.
He can't turn it off.
Yeah, I'm like
James Gunn like
Frankenstein.
forced
Yeah.
the direction into his
Yeah.
brain too hard.
Yeah.
And he
Well, I
can't.
feel like that's
Go
kind of a
fast.
return to form because he got his start as
Yeah.
the Iron Giant.
That's true.
Oh.
You know,
Really,
he
his
began
group
with
performance
Rock
is
Tree.
the Iron Giant. That's essentially what the group performance
Who
is.
does
Yeah,
Vin
pretty
Diesel
much.
have a beef with? He
The
does
Rock. He's
get
got a beef
along-
with everybody,
The Rock,
dude.
right?
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
like The Rock because
Oh,
The Rock.
you know what? I'm
he
Team
made
The
up with
Rock.
Tree.
Fuck Vin Diesel. Fuck him. No.
Yeah, Vin Diesel does not have.
Hey, you don't
chicken
know what
farts.
went down between those two.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm Team Rock all the way.
Ah,
Yeah, but you
jeez.
know
Well, you're
what?
from
The Rock-
Florida, so you would
The
love
Rock,
The Rock.
Hell yeah.
The Rock isn't a best-selling singing artist. Like he doesn't. So
He
how many-
actually
how many
is.
singles. How
He
many
actually
singles-
literally
Oh,
has an album that
Marvin-
went, I think, at least
Marvin,
gold.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Wait,
Does he have,
which one?
Does he have club bangers? Does he have club bangers? No, dude. He's got You're Welcome. It's a bullshit fucking
Yeah,
song,
he did
dude.
for a while. The song was called "It Doesn't Matter," and he did it with this other rapper. It actually went like really well on the radio.
Hey, is
The
The
Work
Rock a
Hard one,
former
right?
b-boy and D&D player?
Yeah, dude.
Oh
Come
no,
on, dude.
that's he doesn't have that going on for him.
Does The Rock have a friend called Pablo? I think not, my friend.
He could. He very easily
guess
could.
I guess so. God damn, we've already gone off the rails on this episode.
Oh my
Rock
God.
is-
Sorry.
I love him.
He played a good Picard. He did good Picard. Just like
The Rock.
yeah, ripping out of the fucking suit because like
Oh my god.
they can't get a suit big enough for his muscles.
Oh, he could.
He's like,
he could
I
be-
don't
he
do
could be a-
diplomacy.
It would be
Yeah.
great if Vin Diesel, as we proposed before, was Picard and Rock is Riker. And
No.
then they're-
No. Other way around. Other way around.
Oh,
No. This makes sense. And then they give The Rock his own series that it's way more successful.
oh God.
Yeah.
And then it'd be
I
like,
do have to say The Rock would be more Riker for sure.
yeah, and also like,
No.
okay, let's send Riker to the away mission, and it's like, well, it makes sense. Look at him; he would do well in
clotheslining
this
fucking
away mission.
aliens. Just clotheslining fucking aliens. Fuck you, fucking
And like
Sarah.
the ladies' man officer, you know,
Oh
like
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
And-
and
and-
Vin Diesel's a short king, right? Like he's
Wait. So is Jordy Kevin Hart in this crew?
Oh
He
my
has to be.
God.
He has to
there we go. The
He's
short
gotta
king
be.
crew.
be. Yeah,
I
Do we
can
have to get
already
him on
see it
board
now.
now?
yeah,
Deanna Troy's Michelle Rodriguez.
yeah. Miles O'Brien is either Ludacris or Mark Wahlberg. Those are-
No, Mark
I'm gonna have to
Wahlberg.
go with Ludacris. I'm gonna have to go with-
I'm
But he's
so
short,
scared
right?
how much this fits.
Am I imagining that? Like he's short.
So
That's
I
like-
looked this
Wahlberg,
up.
yes.
Vin Diesel,
No, Vin Diesel. Like that's his-
is listed as 6 foot,
no.
but he wears platform shoes all the
Homeboy's
time.
not 6
Yeah.
foot.
And he doesn't. He barely with the platform shoes lines up with people who are confirmed to be 6 foot. So I think like he has like kind of scrubbed the internet to make sure all of his info is listed as 6 foot.
He's got a
'Cause-
rabbit's foot that just scrubs the internet for his height.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't confirm for sure without being next to Vin Diesel, but
Yeah,
We've
It
got to
has been
start that hashtag.
yeah,
Vin Diesel height conspiracy.
yeah.
Yeah, we're Vin
Yeah, I
Diesel
think
height truthers over here.
It's a thing.
Release the Snyder cut of Heights.
Oh my God. Did you know his real name is Mark Sinclair?
yeah.
Stop. Where the fuck did Vin Diesel come from?
What
the
parents
hell?
would name him Vin Diesel? You know,
His name is vehicle identification number Diesel.
Oh my God.
Vin
He was
Diesel.
destined to be fast and or furious.
Yeah.
They were like, he has to. His name is Vin.
The executives at Universal are like, okay, who are we seeing for this movie? What is it called? The Fast and the Furious. Who are the actors you want to see? He's like, this guy named Vin Diesel. He's like, is this a
It's
fucking
like,
joke?
oh my God.
He's like, it's really aggressive. He's like, yeah, his last name is Diesel. He's like, yeah, but all these cars
It's a
don't use
wrestler's
diesel.
name.
They use regular unleaded. Is there a guy
So how
named
did,
Vin
how did
Unleaded?
he get that? How did he get that name? Who knows?
It's just his
Is it
actor name, just
self-given?
like Nicolas Cage. You know, that's
Yeah.
not his real name, but it's just a name
It's
he chose
not?
from.
It's a stage
His
name.
name is Nicholas Coppola.
Yeah. He chose
Oh,
Cage
well,
because
that's
his
close
favorite
enough.
comic book character is Luke Cage, so
Yeah.
he took Nicolas.
He's one of the
Cage.
Coppolas.
So, yeah,
Mhm.
but
Oh,
to be
okay.
fair, Nicolas Cage did it because he didn't want his career to be defined by him being a Coppola.
Yeah.
So that's kind of actually an interesting move that he did, and
And
it's
look
very
at how
much not.
successful he is. Look at how
So-
amazing he is.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
How many? How
I
many?
kind of wish all the other kids took Cage too, like Sophia Cage.
Yeah, dude. Jason Cage instead of Jason Schwartzman.
Well,
He's
okay.
he's a Coppola, right? I mean, or is he a?
He's
I guess
related
a
to the
Sh-
family
He's a
in general.
Shire, right? Because it's Talia Shire.
I don't know exactly. I just know he's in the tree somewhere.
Yeah,
The tree, but yeah,
Somewhere in that grapevine.
in that wine vineyard.
yeah,
Yes. You know, the Picard Vineyard.
yeah. Picard's definitely a Coppola.
Chateau Coppola.
Oh my God.
We watched
Anyway.
Data's Day this week. Data's
Sorry.
Day, much like
Oh,
our
yeah.
discussion, a lot of random things happen. and they're
Yes.
they're kind of all delightful. It's kind of the point.
You
of the
can't say that
episode.
of the previous conversation.
No.
You're right.
That's
We're full of
boastful.
shit.
That's boastful. Don't do that.
Date is Day first aired on January 7th of 1991. Dan, let's zoom around the sun.
Whoa, it's been a while. 2
Zoom.
weeks have elapsed in our time since the last episode, but only 1 week stood between the last air date and this one, so not a whole lot actually happened. Home Alone was still dominating, Iraq was still agitating,
Oh,
there weren't
no.
any major games or movies released, and Madonna was back on top of the charts with Justify My Love. And that's about it.
Oh my god.
That was one of the shortest trips around the sun I've ever taken.
Wow.
I
Already
guess
back.
I guess it's a new year, but I think even last episode it was like a new.
Well,
Year's
the last
Eve.
episode had a lot going on because it was a big break up till like the beginning of the year. So like I had all of December's like loaded up. So
Oh.
there was a big old
Oh.
dump last episode, but only 1 week
Alright.
since and not a whole lot happened. People were
Alright,
like,
well,
New Year, we're
Take me
taking a
back to
break.
those days because every day something fucked up happens nowadays.
Oh yeah.
God, right?
Well, you know.
Hopefully it's the end.
I love how we cut off the music.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I like
just
that
like-
abrupt
it just-
stop.
It just kind of stopped on it. It's supposed to fade out. It just stopped.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't like that.
It knew what it was doing.
All right, I'm gonna put it in the edit that way too. Then. Well, even though a lot didn't happen when we ran around the sun, a lot has
Yes.
happened to the podcast since.
Has it?
Yeah, we
Yes.
got a new
We're
sponsor.
breaking up. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry.
It's over.
It's
I'm
over.
done.
It's over. We have a new sponsor now. It's
Yeah.
Ekster, Ekster. They make wallets. And they have a talking points sheet, which is nice and all. You know, they have like,
Throw it away, Marvin. Let's improvise this thing, dude.
it's like one of those portable wallets.
Do you guys
know?
love snake skin, fucking ostrich skin? Well, strap in, guys, because these people make fucking amazing wallets that are all kinds of exotic animals. Pterodactyls, boom, got an all for that, dude.
This wallet will actually create
Yeah, that
money
species that doesn't even
for
exist
you.
anymore.
Yeah. People are gonna say, is that your wallet, or are you happy to see me? That's how thick this wallet is in your pants. If you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, just to be transparent, I actually have owned an Extra wallet for
Yes.
over a year now. And I actually bought the wallet after doing a lot of research. Because, you know, the main wallet that a lot of like YouTube channels and podcasters do is, I won't name it, but it's the one that's like on the edge. You know,
The
there's
edge.
like an edge.
I don't
on
even
it.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's-
dude.
it
Like a
starts with
wrestler?
an R, Reg.
I don't need
Wallet.
to hear. I don't need more detail. Just continue.
But
I really don't know
it-
what you're talking about.
No, I seriously
Yeah,
don't.
dude.
Let's go.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, because I was looking for a more compact wallet, but then it turns out that that wallet is incredibly overpriced for what it is, and two, it's just like two pieces of aluminum held together by elastic. And I
Yeah.
was like, what? Is that it?
You could do that at home. Just you know.
You could make an arts and crafts day for yourself
Yeah.
and make a wallet like that. So I was like, this is weird. So I looked for other wallets in general that were small, and this is actually the one I found. And I liked it so much that after about 2 months of having it, I contacted them to ask them, hey, we have a podcast. Do you want to sponsor our podcast? And a year later, they finally got back to us and were like, yes, let's do it. So the cool thing about it is that
Well, the thing is that they heard our jerky jet fucking pitch. And they're like, we want that. Make that, twist it, and make it for
Yeah.
wallets. Yeah.
well, the cool selling point of it is it has this little button. So when you click it, your cards
Yeah.
pop out. And
Oh shit!
Man, do you use that function a lot?
I do. And
Well,
it looks like
it's a good fidget spinner. I mean,
Yeah.
like
it's
thing.
kind of a gimmick, to be honest, but also I've literally have gone at the grocery store, done this, and paid with one hand because it's possible when you have the cards pop out that way, which I have never really been able to do with
it
any
fans
other
them
wallet.
out too. It doesn't just pop them out; it fans them out.
Yeah, it fans them out so you can select which card you want, and I've been able to do it all
that's
with
the best
one hand.
part of it because
Yeah,
you could have one that I've seen other wallets that just pop them out, and it's like you still have to go. Okay, not that one, not that one, not that one.
yeah.
That one's maxed out. That one is totally this one. That one's I stole that card.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one's been
That's a lot of
trashed for a
cards.
long.
That's my burner card. That's my slush fund. But this one fans them out, and it just boom there. And then it has like a little depending on which wallet you get. I had the one that has like a little elastic too, that where you can put your ID, so it's like outside of the little compartment. So it's done its own thing.
And this little thing can still hold up to 12 cards plus cash. And if you ever worry about losing your wallet, it has this tracker that you can actually put into the back slot of it, which means that, oh, I lost my wallet. You can actually use your smartphone to figure out where it is. As long as it's within range of any other, I forget exactly how it works, of like a Wi-Fi device or something like that, you'll be able to find it. It's kind of nuts. And the internal core of it is RFID blocking. So now the big thing people are doing for fraud is they'll go near your wallet and they'll use a little scanner to scan that little chip. You know how like you can do like a Google Pay or an Apple Pay?
Convenient one-time pay is a little too convenient sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of your modern credit cards actually have an RFID card that can be scanned if you're not careful. So this blocks that. So if you guys are interested, you should head on over to ekster.com. That's ekster.com. And if you like anything there, you can use our new offer code, Newbie, that's NEWBIE, that gets you up to 25% off site-wide on any order, which is a pretty good deal.
I like that flexibility. That's awesome.
Yeah, so again, that's ekster.com, offer code Newbie for up to 25% off your order. All right. And next affiliate is our good old mainstay ExpressVPN. Listen, everybody.
Our main lady.
If you're worried about surfing the internet, but don't want to be tracked by your ISP, don't want people to know exactly what you're doing, or if you just want to watch let's say Sherlock, but it's only available on British Netflix or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but things like that exist. You can use a VPN, and a good quality VPN is ExpressVPN because it has 3,000 plus servers in 160 locations spanning 94 countries. It works on pretty much every device you can think of, and it has exceptional security. In fact, they've had governments try to audit them, and they weren't able to find any information on any of their customers that would track back to them because, true to their word, they have no activity or connection logs. And it also actually works with streaming services, and it's actually super fast, as the name would suggest. And if you want to try out ExpressVPN, you can head over to expressvpn.com/newbiestartrek. And if you sign up for 12 months, they will give you an extra 3 months for free. And that makes that entire package 49% off. That's a pretty good deal. And if you don't like ExpressVPN, awesome. Yeah, and if you don't like it, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can always go,
I thought you were going to say, if you don't like it, fuck you.
If you don't like it, you want to be exposed, you want to expose yourself on the internet, you could always return it and get your money back. No problem. So again, it's expressvpn.com/newbiestartrek. You sign up for 12 months, you'll get an extra 3 months for free.
Cool.
All right, Ricardo, are you ready? Are you ready? It's been a little while.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
This episode was written by Larry David. It was about nothing. I don't know if I like this episode very much.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, because you learn something about data, but it's like they took two ideas and it's like, this is what it felt like. Seriously, it felt like someone was like, we got to give Pete a fucking episode, dude. He's what's his name, son, dude. And they're like, Pete, who the fuck is Pete? And he's like, exactly, dude. Who the fuck is Pete? And then he's like, Pete, just write us an episode and come up with something. And he's like, sit down. This episode's about nothing. There's Data's kind of learning some things, and there's a lot of voiceover. He's like, yeah, but I think now the trend is not to use too much voiceover. He's like, no, this whole episode is voiceover. This is a weirdest episode.
They don't really use voiceover a lot in TNG, I feel like.
Yeah, they only do when they're like Captain's Log. Yeah,
it's usually Captain's Log stuff.
That. Yeah, that's the normal. But I kind of like the format though. It was weird. I was like, oh, it's like a voiceover diary type of
It's like the Wonder Years.
In general,
Yeah.
people don't use auto voiceover in general, like overall. But I mean, besides like books and stuff, but like they went for it. They went for like the whole Charlie Kaufman thing. Like,
I mean, books don't have voiceover, Ricardo. They're books.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like the overall narrator of the book, where it's like the point of view of the book. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
Which is what this is. It's like,
Is
okay,
it like
this
the
is
omniscient
point.
narrator?
Yeah.
Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Well, this would
Remember
be
in
actually.
school, you learned like all the different types of narrator. I don't even remember omniscient.
Well, this
versus-
wouldn't be
Oh, there-
omniscient. This is
Oh, I'm saying
first
it wrong.
person.
Omniscient.
This, yeah.
Yeah, this
First
be
person.
first person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this isn't. Yeah, you're correct. It is first person. Yeah.
like Call of Duty. And but I mean, there's a lot of crazy things happening in it, but it's like these data episodes are like either really really good or like weird, and this is one of the weird ones.
Well, Jasmine,
And-
you said you liked Data.
You
So-
love Data.
So is that
Mhm.
why you chose this episode specifically?
Yeah.
Because he's like.
Yes. Because it's like
Okay.
it's like every Star Trek series has like the first officer or like the important character that's like the Spock. That it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I don't know, like how do I deal with humanity because I'm not fully human. So
Right,
it's
right.
like for TNG obviously is Data. So
Mhm.
it's just like so in Data's case, I just love that he's not even alive technically, he's just an android. So when he's trying to deal with humanity, he doesn't even know what it feels like, but he wants it because
Mhm.
he's kind of alive. And then this episode is kind of like it's like showing like all these crazy things that are happening and he's processing it like a computer. So it's like I feel like the narration is just kind of like, oh, this is how I'm telling it to myself. And this is how we're going to rationalize it. And this is what I'm going to store in my logs. Like, and it's just like, it's so like innocent and like,
Yeah.
and just like, it's like you said, it's like a slice of life. And it's like, oh, look at Data trying to live. And it's like, it's just so cute. I love it.
Yeah, I think that is the two operative words of the episode. It's innocent and cute. Because
I love
even
that.
as
Does everybody have to do a log?
no, they're just doing it for Lada's doing it
Okay.
for fun.
It's like a
No,
dear
not for
diary.
fun. He's reporting back to Maddox.
Yeah.
That fuck.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've
Oh.
reconciled. That's why I think
Mhm.
Maddox.
He's still a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I think canonically, Maddox actually turns around and becomes an advocate for android rights because of
Yeah.
I believe it when
what
I sees it.
happened. So I think like that one court case really turned it around, his opinion around on it dramatically, and so
it's like Inherit the Wind,
And continuing
dude,
to
all over
talk to
again.
Data.
yeah, and like corresponding with him like pen pals or
You think
know.
you think he's like, oh, he's got a lot of personality. I'm gonna make him a fuck robot. like he's a real pervert.
Well, I mean,
and
he
he's
wants-
like,
he
I
Well,
like,
wants
that's
to be
what that one
married one
collector
day.
guy wanted to do, but
yeah, and he even burned Data's clothes off.
yes, he did.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh.
I like that episode. I don't know if I said it at the time, but I like that episode.
That episode you like.
Yeah,
You like when he burned his clothes off?
yeah, I like when they.
He
burned
liked when
his
Data was willing to kill.
clothes. Yeah, that's
also true.
That was pretty
Yeah.
badass.
That was really
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
It was like, I really should just kill you.
Yeah.
And it makes logical sense.
I was thinking about this, about how if I was on the Enterprise, I would not do logs. It'd be like timesheets. Remember when I worked with Marvin, like it'd be constant emails of like, hey, have you done your timesheets? You're like 3 months behind on your timesheets. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. This weekend, I'm gonna get to it, and I would never get to it.
You're not
I would
gonna
just
do it on the
email them-
weekend. That's
I
just
would-
your days off. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would just
This
email.
is what happens when you don't give us any downtime. When will we have time to do timesheets?
I would just email them like, I did this many hours of OT, and that was basically the gist of it. But I would not do logs. I'd just be like, it's fine. Someone else will do them for me.
I think it's just a
Um,
diary, essentially.
yeah, it's like a diary.
Yeah,
So-
they're not. Yeah.
So there's like 3 storylines happening at once that are intersecting in this. It's funny because there's 3 storylines, but not a lot happens. I mean,
That's almost the
shouldn't say
point,
that.
though.
Yeah. So the 3 things that are happening is Miles O'Brien's like there's many of them. Miles O'Brien is getting married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a big deal for Miles.
Have we seen this lady before?
No.
That comes
This is
out
the first time
nowhere.
Keiko shows up.
I've seen her.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we see her?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
it's the very
Keiko's first
time she's
appearance.
ever showed
yeah.
up.
And that's why they have so much expositional backlog of, well, Data, you're the one who introduced us, and you knew Keiko the longest between us, right? And
Yeah, that
they
stuff
do-
is a
Does anyone-
little
does anyone
That's
feel
a force. That feels forced to me. I didn't
Yeah.
really
I want
love
to
it.
know. I want to know this. Did anyone feel slightly upset that you learn that Miles is getting married and he has this like fiance? I felt like I was like, man, I've spent all these time watching TNG and like I didn't even know this guy was dating. Like I felt like I was one of them. Like, why didn't anyone tell me that he had a fiance and like he had a whole life outside of dissolving people and bringing them back to life?
Well,
Like,
he's good at
cannot
keeping a good work-life
believe
balance.
that this is her first appearance.
Yeah.
I am actually shocked by this.
because I saw her and I'm like, who the fuck is this lady?
Yeah.
That's what I
know?
said.
So,
That's what I
so
said.
the way they
Some
the way
Chinese
that-
Japanese lady.
yeah, because first of all, she is played by a Chinese lady.
Oh
so
my
that's
god.
So
But she is very clearly
Yeah,
Japanese. Can't you see from the
Rosalind-
chopsticks in her hair and the kimono and the
Oh,
bonsai tree in her quarters? Come
yeah,
on.
okay. So that's the thing.
Oh my god, dude.
So Rosalind Chow plays Keiko Ishikawa, aka O'Brien, and I guess it's fine when Asians play other Asian characters because it's gonna happen, but it's
Yeah,
just
that's
odd
fine.
because then it's interpreted by crew that isn't sure what Asian people should do. So they're like, how do they tie their hair? Well, they'll just use chopsticks, I guess.
Oh god.
Or, hey, I guess she'll insist on pseudo ceremonial Japanese wedding with with a space
It's
kimono.
Space Japanese wedding.
Yeah.
It's like a see-through space kimono, which is a very odd piece of
Yeah.
clothing.
I mean, I
Wait,
could
so
get
what is
behind
Keiko like
probably
generally? Is she a
everything.
gardener or like
yeah,
a
she works in the
florist?
the botanical gardens.
Arboretum?
Yeah, the
Oh, okay.
arboretum. Yeah. So that's
She's like
where-
a plant
yeah.
waterer, like a
yeah.
She's a botanist.
She's just a gardener.
botanist. No, but like I just feel so weird that
Groundskeeper
like
Keiko.
yeah, I felt very weird not having access to the crew in their
That's-
like we don't
well-
really get the access of the personal lives, and I feel very offended. That
Well,
this
that's
guy's
because
all of a
they-
sudden
That's
getting
why this
married.
episode is here.
I know
They-
it's too late though. Too late.
They wrote Miles O'Brien kind of on
He's
whims.
very flat.
He's always been written in a way where they're like, well, that Cole Meany guy, he did a bit part a few episodes ago. Colm's pretty cool, though. We should write him a larger part. Let's name him Miles O'Brien. And then they would be like, okay, so now his name's Miles O'Brien. Oh, let's make him the transport chief. All right, blah, blah, blah. We're writing this spec script. I feel like there should be like a marriage of some sort. Let's make him Miles O'Brien. Yeah. So that's kind of how they wrote his character. Like his backstory grew because his actor was just a pleasure to work with. And they were just like, we'll just write him more parts.
Good for
so
that guy.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, Colm's great.
yeah, I think he's a testament actually to the idea that if you're a nice guy and you're just working in an industry and you're just a nice person, you'll get far by being nice.
I can tell you that's not true.
Yeah.
Oh, work
I
for
disagree
him.
with that.
Maybe
Yeah,
it
I
works for
disagree with
him,
that
but for the majority of people, do not follow that advice.
Yeah.
That's bad advice.
Patrick Stewart had to kill several people along the way.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by Sir Patrick Stewart. He has a lot of death under him.
By the way,
There is blood on
Rosalind
his
Chow,
hands.
Keiko,
Yes, exactly.
the reason why they hired her for this part is because originally she was actually in contention to be Tasha Yar. And then
Oh,
lost it.
really?
Yeah, she lost it to Denise Crosby. So they were like, oh, remember the Rosalind Chow lady? We should bring her back for this. So
They're like, what was she? Chinese, Japanese, Korean? What was she? Let's put them all into one. With this wedding. God damn it, Star Trek. It takes 2 steps forward and 35 back. So she's getting married to Miles O'Brien, and we've never seen her. We're gonna pack in 4 seasons worth of exposition of them being together into 30-40 minutes.
Sure.
And then
I'm actually fine with that.
and
'cause
and
Miles
I'm
is
not
not
okay
like-
with it.
Because he's not a central character, so I'm not like that concerned.
Okay, what I want to know is how did Data introduce them?
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah,
any of
yeah.
that or
very
any
No.
awkwardly,
No.
probably.
like it's enough of a point that they always remember. Like she remembers that it was like you're the one who introduced this date, as though that was like a big event for them, you know. And then that makes me wonder, like, what was that?
Like,
what happened?
like Data was hanging out at the bar and was like, you know what? I have a friend. You know what? I have a friend, and I just say yes.
That's how
just say
Data,
yes to this idea. This is a great idea. Just say yes. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Data. You're always getting hyped up for things. And he's like, I know. Just say yes. And she's like, yes. She's like, you're going on a blind date. And like, how did this happen? Because Data's so dry. Like, how did he get the idea?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna introduce them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to know.
Yeah.
It was probably less like he felt impelled to do it, and probably more like.
I mean, it was probably incidental, but
yeah, incidental. Yeah.
He was probably just talking to Keiko, and then Miles comes over and he's like, "Hey, have you met guys?" Like,
yeah, and then
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
"Oh my
exactly.
god, Data, thank you so much for introducing us." When he just was like standing there.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably
Yeah.
exactly how it went. Yeah. It's also implies that Keiko has no family because as Data acts as the father of the bride for the ceremony.
She's an orphan.
Which is
Maybe
actually,
they just couldn't make it to space. I mean, I don't know.
Did they just
They can't make it to
reuse
space.
Tasha's backstory?
I think they just can't make it to space because I'm pretty sure we see a bunch of Keiko's family in DS9, right?
Oh, so they just couldn't postpone the wedding until they're back in Earth or something.
That's a lot to ask, honestly.
Maybe they retconned her family back in.
You think you think she was like it was a shotgun wedding? She was like pregnant or something?
No.
Who knows?
Oh, you know
No
what
spoilers.
though? Actually, I have a question. Maybe I'm just not remembering. Why? I guess we're gonna get to this. Why does she not want to marry him? She just like cold.
Oh, they don't.
feet,
There's
just, like,
no
random-
direct reason.
Oh, I
'Cause
wanted her to
he's-
find out he was cheating
He drinks
on her
a lot.
or something.
No,
Yeah.
he's an Irish guy, and he's
No,
a
it was just
drinking.
like 90s era generic
Yeah.
cold feet.
She's
syndrome.
like, look,
Yeah.
I found
Yeah.
his holodeck programming. It's not good.
Yeah.
There's
Oh
some
my
suspicious
God.
shit in there.
I got suspicious when I heard he was spending a lot of time with Barkley, and I went into the holodeck
And
to figure
there was
out
some
what they were
my
doing
God.
together.
in there.
And
Turns out there's a lot of Charles Barkley footage in there, and Gnarls Barkley, the singer.
potatoes for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of potato stuff. There's this barefoot lady that's there, the Irish potato lady.
Oh yes! Oh
the
my
one that
god!
just-
Remember the Irish?
The one that just
people?
moves. She just
Oh
moves
my
the trash
God.
around from one place to the other.
Mhm.
Like it was just a really weird. Like I get cold feet, but she I feel like she was like freaking out. You know, and
yeah.
I don't know if cold
Yeah.
feet is that much of a thing.
You think somebody
I don't
told her
know.
something? Like she's like, dude, I don't want to say anything, but he was really into
Exactly.
cocaine and choking ladies. During
Oh my
sex.
God.
So you do
There
what's
must be like some
Yeah.
missing part because she was like freaking out and she said something. What did she say? She was like, this is gonna make me happy to
Yeah,
not
yeah.
go through
Yeah.
with the
because
wedding.
Data asked
So-
specifically, so
Which is a messed up response. Like I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, that's bad. Like she really doesn't want to get married.
Yeah.
And,
also
she
she made Data tell him.
Oh,
I don't like that.
That's-
I don't like that at
get me
all.
Yeah.
started.
I
Keiko,
don't like
Yeah,
that
Keiko
at all,
the
dude.
character comes off pretty
Nah.
crummy over the course
Yeah.
of this episode to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems
And she never
kinda-
goes to like talk to him. Like she's fucked up. I'm sorry.
The thing,
but-
yeah, you never see Miles and Keiko on screen until the wedding scene. Like they're
Yeah.
not even in the same room together.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
that's
I
a
because
really
huge
she,
don't
red
believe in
flag.
this relationship as presented.
Yeah,
it's very odd.
well, she doesn't
I mean,
want
I
to
love the
see
name
him.
Keiko O'Brien. Don't get me wrong. That's a
Yeah,
great,
it's a fun name, yeah.
that's a freaking great name. But I
Yeah.
mean, the relationship itself, it's like, ugh, what's going on?
I mean,
here?
the original, like when they were writing this episode with like, incidental stuff happening, originally they were deciding different points of view. And weird idea they had was that it was originally going to be Picard's point of view and he's getting married. And then people were like, what? Why
Picard's
would
getting married?
Yeah. They were like,
To
who?
Keiko?
Who would
To
he
who?
get married to?
From where? He has had no relationship at all in this series.
Beverly
Beverly.
So, so that was
The ambassador
why.
to Pell?
killed her husband. the sexy lady from the Adventure Planet.
Oh my God.
That was a
but
hot episode. Looking,
She would
back
never
now.
get married. She would never settle down for Picard, though. She
No,
wouldn't.
well,
Yeah,
that's why she
would,
loves
She
her.
and
couldn't
then
be on a
would-
starship.
I mean, that's why he
she'd
loves her.
She'd abandon him
Yeah.
with
she
a
would-
child, like there will be blood.
Yeah, the Juarez baby.
Yeah. So then we have the Juarez baby, the fucking baby that he's one of a million kids that's born in fucking space, and they make a big deal about it. Oh my God, the miracle of life, dude. Fucking pro-life fucking episode.
Yeah, fuck babies.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I see a baby and I start punching it.
When your own baby was born, you just start punching it immediately.
Yeah, it's like I don't like this. I don't like the cut of his jib.
Are you the only father on this podcast?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm the only person with kids. With a kid. Sorry, a kid.
So that bothered me too. Like I was like, why is this so important that this baby's? I didn't get it. And then you had the other storyline, which is that ambassador that came in. She was basically this is another Uber episode where like they're Ubering this lady to like the Phantom Zone or whatever it's called, and she's gonna broker a deal. They're always brokering deals. It feels like they work at a car dealership. They're always brokering deals.
They're always checking people's credit.
Yeah, they're like, look, I'm gonna go check back. I'm gonna go back to the Enterprise and
go see what my manager says.
Yeah, and see what manager says. See what we could do
about this treaty.
and then he goes, and then they go back, and he's like, "Yeah, I just gotta burn time. Just kind of knock your head like you're saying, like, no, I don't want to give you this deal, but I'm not making a lot of movement because you should go big movement to make sure like you're agitated because this deal is gonna take money out of your pocket." And then and Riker's like, "I'll do whatever you want, man. Just no." And then they go back and then like, "Hey, so you saw how he was fucking wailing his hands around. I got you the deal. It turns out you only have to give $20,000 down." God damn it, dude.
All you have to do is make sure you also buy the snow tires and the all-terrain seat covers.
And that clear coat. You got to have that clear coat.
Yeah. Then we'll go through with the deal once you buy all
here's
that.
Here's the thing. We're going to give you the car
and the
for
ski
free.
rack.
The car is free. The car's free, but the floor mats are $20,000 a piece.
Yeah, this is the only way we could get the deal through. And I know you're not skiing, but getting the ski rack incentive to start learning.
I know we live in Southern California, but you need the snow tires. You never know.
Look, you only got to drive like 80 miles to see some snow.
He's like, plus you get
And
the
you might want to do that this winter.
Yeah.
And the Romulan ambassador starts nodding.
Before it's all gone forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I get a keychain? He's like, yeah, we'll give you a keychain. So they're taking this ambassador, and it turns out she's a goddamn spy. They should have.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
I'm sorry. I shit you not. One time, my dad, when he was being offered a deal at a car dealership, part of the thing they were enticing him with is, okay, we can go with that deal, but you have to buy the floor mats. And also, we're going to have to make you buy, like, like how kids have like little tyke cars?
Yeah.
They had one of those in the dealership of the car. And they're like, you need to buy one of those as well.
What the fuck?
What, you mean like a Power Wheels?
Yeah, like a Power Wheels.
Was it like for you? For like a kid to drive? Like,
no, I'm like 18 years old at the time at the dealership with him.
So what are they gonna do with that? Did he buy it?
Because they were like, you gotta buy some accessories. That's the only way we can make this deal work. And they're like, the two things that are equivalent are these floor mats, and also if you buy this little Power Wheels.
That is downright bizarre.
Wait, I need to know. Did he buy it?
That's actually insane.
No, he didn't buy the Power Wheels. But
I was gonna say, I was like, we need to know.
I love going to dealerships. Like that's my jam. I went with my old boss. I went with a coworker. So my boss.
Are you good at
coworker,
negotiating? Is that?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh.
People are like, I hate haggling,
God.
and I
hate
love
it.
haggling.
It's
I
great
love
to
it
haggle
too.
on someone else's behalf. You feel like there's so much less pressure. So you kind of can
I guess
kind of
that's true, yeah.
Okay,
you can
I
really
see that.
You have a lot of liberty to go like, fuck you, or walking out right now, dude. And you don't have the fear of like, well, I don't have a car for tomorrow. You're like, that's not my problem. She'll be another day without a car. And so it feels really good to go, you know what? Let's go. And then we're walking out, and then they're like, hold on, let me go talk to the, and it's like, God, here we go to doing the bit. And I love it. I went with my sister. In the last like 5 years, I've gone with about 5 or 6 people to buy cars.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And I love it.
Wow. That's insane.
And,
The car salesman whisperer.
I just like it. My mom also too loves haggling. She'll haggle like at the supermarket. She's like, what's this? It looks like it's damaged. I'll give you 25 cents. And they're like, no.
You're at a supermarket, man.
Oh my god, my dad used to do that. It would embarrass the hell out of me.
But
He's
also
like,
she's
this
a deal.
label is
She will get-
misprinted. I want it for free.
No, now I've become that now. Like the other day, I went to Target and I saw the sign and it said, buy $50 worth of Legos and get, it was like a $10, $15 gift card back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is a sign it's legit. I'm gonna take a picture of it because something's gonna go wrong. And 9 times out of 10, that's what they do. Because that's what they do. Because they're like, oh, it doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. And they bullshit you. And then you're like, all right, well, instead of going, well, I'm not going to buy these $50 worth of Legos. I don't need them. You people go, well, they're already here. You kind of scan them. All right, I'm going to take them. So that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and they scanned it. And then they're like, well, it's not ringing up. Usually, like if it's a thing, the gift card will pop up. And then I'm like, all right, well, I mean, why is the sign there? And he's like, I don't know, just not popping up. And she's like, maybe it's the wrong Legos. And I'm like, it just says Legos in general. It doesn't say like. I'm like, you gotta give me the deal, man. And
the sign means it's real. Okay.
It's there.
I mean, it's true though.
And then they're like,
made
I don't
this
know.
sign?
And then I'm like, oh, God damn it. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not gonna take these, I guess. And they're like, hold on, let me talk to the manager. And the manager comes over and then she's scanning. She's like, let me see the picture. And then like she's like, it doesn't say which Legos. You're right. And then she's like, but it's not popping up. What should we do? She's telling cashier, and I'm like, the line's getting longer. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm walking away with $15 out of this deal, dude. And then she's like, and I'm like, well, if I'm only buying this because of the deal, I don't need, Wakanda Forever.
$50 worth.
I kind of did. I did want the Wakanda Forever Lego set, but I'm like, I would just leave them. And then she's like, okay. She's like, I'll just give you $15 off of that one set, and then that will make up for it. I won't give you a gift card, but I'll give you $15 off. I'm like, fine. So it worked out. But
all right.
Why does everyone have a story like that? Like me and Marvin bought a couch, and we're trying to get. We bought this couch for thousands of dollars. They told us one of the promos was like, "Hey, when the couch delivers, you will get a gift card in the mail for like $400, $500 once it delivers."
Oh, that's some shitty shit right there.
Whoa.
And you know what? Like this happened in June, and it's
July.
now October.
Oh, it's June.
No,
yeah,
we
it
ordered
delivered
it
in July.
It delivered in July,
July,
and we have never gotten this gift
we're
card.
We're still calling them.
And
Sarah calls like once a week.
I called today and I was just like, hey, yeah, like we were told we were going to get a gift card in the mail. They're like, yeah, that's so weird. Like, I don't even know if that was a promotion. I'm like, yeah, it was. We had like 5 different salespeople tell us. And it's like they're gaslighting us to make sure we're like crazy. And I'm like, this definitely happened.
We would have
you
never.
You gotta do a couple things now. You gotta roll with. You gotta roll with your phone recording everything. And if it's not a phone call, if it's not a phone call, you could record anything. Record it and then take notes. Like you're like, what's your name? And
exactly.
Even if it's a phone call, this is why Tommy was every time he started a phone call, answered a phone call, would say, "I'm listening." It's because he thought that was consent to tell everyone that I'm recording your phone call. So he has like
oh my god,
thousands of phone calls recorded on tape.
Oh my god.
And that's good because they're like, oh, we're gonna have to check with the sales associate, like who told you that. I'm like, I swear. And I'm like, you know what? If I recorded it, they wouldn't even have to check with them because I would have had to.
You should be getting every conversation when like this phone call is being recorded for quality assurance.
Yep, I do that all the time now.
From your end.
Okay. This is a really fucking. This is a departure of this episode, but I got to go with this one. I would call fucking Time Warner when they were Time Warner, and now they're Spectrum. Mm-hmm. That piece of shit fucking company, dude. Goddamn Warren Buffett, whoever the fuck owns that company. On a daily basis, I would call them and go, my internet is not what you promised me. I get that you promised me 50, megabytes per second. I'm only getting 35, I'm going to give you 10 megabytes of a buffer that, hey, there's, the cable, whatever the shit, but you have to at least meet me halfway. Like it has to be at least 75% of what you promised me. And it's not. And then the lady's
even 75% is a lot missing. Like,
and the lady would be like, well, I'm only the technician. I'm like, I know you're not Warren Buffett, dude. I know my fucking $100 are not going to you. They're not going to your pocket, but I don't have Warren Buffett to yell at. So I'm going to have to yell at you. I apologize. And then I would call every day. And then it got to the point where I'd just be like, they'd be like, we're just so we're recording this for purposes. That's what the recording would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're recording this for training purposes. And as soon as a human would answer, I'd go, hey, I'm recording this for training purposes as well. Anyway, so, and most of the time they're like, what? And they tread carefully. Because they'd be like,
really?
Yeah, they tread carefully, and then
that's
eventually you'll get what you want if you yell enough at people.
Oh my god!
I wonder if they were
Karen,
like,
I wonder if that happened. They were like, "Ooh, he's recording us. We can't like just say make up shit and be like, oh, deal with it."
Yeah. That's so weird. I feel like if you're recording, it could either go your way, or because you're recording, they're like, well, now I can't give you free shit because if my boss heard this, I'd be fired.
They won't. They'll never.
Well, they're already recording it on their end.
Yeah, they're already recording it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So they'll always like cave in. And also, if you do another couch deal, if you have details, then you can't. It's like, okay, this is the day I went. This is the time of the day I went, and this is who I talked to, and it was confirmed by this other guy who's a manager. So I'll do this. I've done this. I've done this.
To
then come pick up the couch. It's like, well, you bought it already. No, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it, and I'm going to cancel the charge on my credit card. Come pick it up. I'm going to record this starting now. And if you don't pick it up within 30 days, I'm going to just put it on the street. And then
I was just telling Marvin, I was like, man, it's amazing. These businesses, they just fucking swindle people.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, oh yeah, you're going to get a gift card, this promo, these furniture stores. Oh, buy this like $3,000 couch. That's a lot of money to spend. Yeah. And, you have these promos you're setting up. You're trying to sweeten the deal. And, not that it's just weird that to lie, and to make it difficult. So I don't know.
Yeah.
These fucking businesses.
You got to go in like Riker, and kind of turn the chair and kind of go over it and sit down. And
do that weird sit he does.
Oh, you know what? Actually, speaking of customer service, to bring it back to the episode, we should talk about Geordi and his haircut and how insulting he was to this blue man group.
Also,
guy.
Doesn't it feel a bit odd that they're making Geordi, the black guy, like to hang out at a barbershop?
Getting his haircut like every week or whatever they're kind of implying. Or like,
well, he said he's here every week, and he's like, well,
Well, we also don't know that Riker's there every week getting a shave, getting his beard lined up.
That's true.
I did like that scene because there's cool things happening in that scene. One of them is there's a alien in the background getting the color, his color changed.
Yeah.
Cool, but it's really distracting.
I like it a lot.
It just takes me out of the scene. I'm like, wait,
it was even distracting for Data. He like looks, he's like,
yeah. It's like,
double takes.
Like he's never seen technology.
You know what I also noticed? I also noticed that Geordi is like making all this fuss about his hair, but like there's a shot where you can kind of see a chunk of his hair missing in the back of his head. Like there's a conspicuous spot that's missing some hair.
It's fine. I wanted an alien to come in and just go, do you guys cut Blick Block's hair? And they're like, no, we don't. That's like the stereotypical thing where like there's a lot of shops where like someone will walk in and be like, do you guys cut like African American hair? And they're like, nope, we don't know.
No, that's definitely a thing. That's 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you
terrible.
Klingon hair? Do you cut Klingon hair?
Do you cut Klingon hair?
Oh.
And then they're like, no, we don't cut Klingon hair. Get the fuck out of here, dude. With your bowl cut.
This is a Romulan barbershop.
Noonien Sung android hair? I don't know.
I'm watching the color changing thing now. That's kind of crazy. Where like the hair is like waving this wand and it's like changing.
If only it were that
their
simple.
hair. I don't know what that is. That person. I should say what that is, but who they are.
I dug that scene, and then I dug the dancing scene where Data's like, hey, I looked up your records. He's like, what the fuck you doing looking up records, dude? He's like, it turns out you're a dancer. And then she's like, I don't want to be known as a dancing doctor. Not again.
Not again.
That was such a weird. I turned to Marvin and I was
really
just like,
weird.
I was like, what's wrong? She like really got offended and like pulled him aside. You can't. I can't be known.
The strength of her response implies that she transferred to the Enterprise just so she could get rid of her nickname, not because she wanted to like see Picard or anything.
I have a theory that after she finished her residency, she thought, I'm going to be a fun doctor. I'm going to dance my way up to my patients and give them the old razzle dazzle. And then
he got tired. It's like Mo when he opened this family feed bag. He would do that for the fries, and then it got old really fast. And she's like, "Oh, I can't keep up this charade much longer."
That implies that she wasn't ousted by embarrassment from other people. It meant that it was her choice because she got tired of it, and I don't believe it. She wants to dance. She really wants to. I believe it.
Here's my theory. Okay, first of all, oh god damn it, to go into this fucking bit, I have to go back and yell at someone who emailed us, which is to say, do you listen up, you fucking twat? Do you think we went from conservative, goddamn fucking fiscal conservative politics to fucking straight up socialism in a single swift fucking jump, dude? It doesn't make fucking sense, dude. So yeah, we're gonna talk about politics because this doesn't work with conservative fucking politics at all. This doesn't work, and in general, I don't understand. I can't make the correlation between like, oh, these are my conservative views, and I fucking love Star Trek. It just doesn't make. I don't like. It's like, oh, cool. So you see like how this could work if we did this. Like,
Do you see the allegory here?
Capitalism fucking works, dude. It's like, no, but here it's not really like there's no corporations. Like Elon Musk doesn't exist in this fucking thing. He's like, he does, dude. He does. So first I wanted to say that, but which rolled into I think that she was a stripper putting herself through fucking like med school, dude. She was dancing. She's one of those
tapping stripper.
That was her bit. She does a tap dancing bit.
She tap dances her way onto stage. It's amazing, actually.
and then she's one of the few strippers that actually did what she was saying. Like her bit was like, yeah, I'm putting myself through med school, and she was really doing it. And some fucking piece of shit found out and told everybody. And then just it ruined her reputation. That's why she had to move. That's my theory. Is that she was?
I think that's a pretty good theory. That's pretty solid.
Maybe not full nude. Solid. Maybe just topless. Like a topless bar. But she's still doing the tap dancing, the topless tap dancing.
Right, a topless I can't even say that. It's a mouthful. Topless tap dancing bar.
Yeah, kind of like Jumbo's Clown Room. Where it's like it's not a sleazy place. It's like it's nice that they actually have some skill and they're fucking dancing, and
that's got to be it because her reaction was not justified. It's got to be like
maybe it was like a burlesque style thing. They all have a talent that they do, and then like maybe hers was the tap dancing.
If you have the pasties on, the tapping can get some action going.
Oh yeah, because then the tasting could have a little twirly. Yeah, the tassels. Thing.
Yeah.
That's my theory, and I'm gonna stand by it because she and then she does kind of teach him the wrong kind of dancing, but she teaches him dancing. When she finds out it's for a wedding, she's like, God damn it, dude! I thought
that was all for nothing.
Yeah, she's like,
it would be great if she was like, okay, you're still set though. You should just go tap dancing at the wedding.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, that'd
be sick. They're like, and now the father-daughter dance, and he starts tap dancing. That'd be sick.
I mean, there's always that one guy at a wedding reception that dances on his own on the floor and is better than everyone, and everyone.
Oh my god, we were just at a wedding where that happened. We were literally
like I just said it. There's always a guy.
There was a guy. I was just at my cousin's wedding, and literally this happened, and he like stole this guy was just like center stage,
Oh my.
Really?
Remember Marvin? He was insane. And everyone was asking him like, where did you learn to dance like this?
Everyone was like, who is he?
Who is this man?
He was a Marty McFly of dancing. He's like, you guys might not get these moves now, but your kids will love them.
You mean like Calvin Klein of dancing?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and he was just like this older gentleman that you totally did not expect all these moves from. And he's just going nuts, and you're like, whoa.
Were they modern dance moves or old-timey or like
a mix
timeless?
of all? Everything.
Really?
He did a mix. Every genre, this guy could hit it. He
really?
He was pretty great. Yeah. You
Can I
know,
ask what nationality was he?
He's a white guy.
Really?
old
That is
guy.
very
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah. A white old guy.
Was his name Channing Tatum?
An older gentleman.
An older white gentleman. But I think we asked, didn't we? He said that he takes classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We asked him.
His hobby is dancing. So he goes to
what a
dance
nice hobby.
classes. Yeah. So he likes going to dance classes.
Nice fucking Christian fucking.
Yeah. Because we're just like, yo, like, where did you learn to move like this? It wasn't natural for you. Couldn't have been. And then he's like, yeah, I go to classes.
Yeah. I was like, the classes are paying off. You're great at dancing.
Was he breathing really heavy as he was answering you?
No, he wasn't actually. He was like
Really?
definitely in shape. But then he got too close and he started like hugging me. And I was like, I just wanted to ask you a question. And you want to?
He's like, we're not that close. We're not that close.
Dancers don't care.
Well,
about
he
what's
picked up dancing
boundaries.
for a reason, Marvin.
And then I
You know what's
backed
better
away.
is the bigger guy that knows how to dance. Like the guy who you're like, this guy doesn't. This guy, why is he going to the dance floor? He's a little Chris Farley-ish, and then he just starts fucking dancing. You're like, oh my god, dude, this guy fucking look at him go. How's he so light on his feet?
Hey, even Chris
those are
Farley
the
had
guys-
some moves.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Chris Farley
he
did
did.
have some moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that. I feel like that happens at every wedding.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So we got sidetracked. I apologize. So she teaches them how to dance, but it's the wrong dance. And then this ambassador, she's always testing fucking data. She's like, what's the Wi-Fi password? And he's like, well, I guess I give it to you because you have like you're on the ship. And he's like, that was just a test, you idiot, you passed. It was weird. She was very weird. And then
What
it
are
turns
the
out she was a
nuclear
spy.
codes, Data?
Yeah. And then
Just
and
checking.
just checking that you wouldn't give them to me. You're okay. But she did want the codes.
Yeah.
'Cause she's a spy. And it turns out she was a spy, and it made it look like she was dead, which I don't know why.
She was a spy for a long time. It was like a
Yeah.
long con type thing.
Would have been
which-
like decades almost.
yeah, which
Mhm.
is
So
pretty
She
insane.
She
must
was
have,
like a
like-
well-established ambassador.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's got to be so much she knows. Like the Federation
Yeah.
screwed. Like,
Yeah.
Which
You
is
know
weird
what?
because they
You would
kind of
think.
glossed over it a little.
That's
bit.
what I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like at the end when you realize that she's a spy, you're just kind of like, oh, and that happened, and it's like kind of weird because it's like, isn't this big? I feel like we'd have ominous music in another episode, and for Data's Day, it's just kind of like,
well, we got a wedding to take
like,
care of, so
yeah, like
Just another
It's, like,
day
not
on the
that crazy.
Enterprise.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
this
We
seems
found
so
another
small.
sleeper agent today.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, those sleeper agents.
dear Commander Maddox, we found another sleeper agent today. This time she got away.
Why don't they put? I mean, I guess they thought she had died in the transporter room, and Miles O'Brien was going to get blamed for that. He was going to go.
Oh
to jail
yeah.
for that, dude.
Oh yeah. He was
Yeah.
freaking out. He was like,
Yeah,
I
he's like-
swear to God, I didn't.
Yeah, I
Please
didn't do
don't
anything.
reprimand me right before my wedding.
But fucking,
Yeah.
but see, here's another thing. So there's 3 storylines, and then they throw in like a last minute fucking Sherlock Holmes storyline where like Data's like, fucking, we got it. Oh my god, I just did the same thing with the cat. Look at.
Oh, the
Our cat- our
kitty.
cats
She was
are
stepping
our
on my
table.
keyboard. Yeah.
Synchronized cat movements on
I
stream.
know. So you have this Sherlock Holmes thing where like Data figures out like the whole ruse of what happened by like Sherlock Holming the shit out of it, and it's like, god damn it, that's like 4 storylines now. It's
Yeah.
a wild fucking episode.
They crammed
I
a
don't
lot
know-
in here.
Plus
Why don't they-
Data's
why didn't they
cat.
just-
Data has a
Oh,
cat. It
yeah,
turns
we
out.
didn't even mention the
Yeah,
cute
just
ginger
randomly
cat.
having a
That's right.
cat.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of
cute.
cats.
Not named yet in the episode, but the cat's
Oh.
name is indeed Spot. Yes.
It's
Yes.
Spot.
Yes, Spot. Yeah.
Oh my god,
He
it's
eventually-
a ginger. I really
he
want a
eventually-
ginger cat. I'm not even kidding. I really want an orange. I have this very strong desire to have an orange cat, and I've never had one before, and I really want one. And
Yeah,
his
she
is
keeps
an
showing me
orange
videos
cat.
of them.
I know, but my cats are at their limits. They don't want any more.
You don't know if that's a limit unless you test the limits.
I'm pretty sure Evie would never talk to me again. If I brought her a
Oh.
kitten, she would be like, "This fucking, you did this once before, and you promised you would never do it again."
I thought I could only get an
Like a
Xbox,
couple of times, right?
An Xbox Series X. But then I tested the limits and I go, what if we get a PS5?
Mhm.
And she did not protest. my wife. So we ended up. So now we have, you got to test the limits.
Steam
or
Deck.
else you'll never know if you can have both systems.
That's true. That's true. So one day, 4 cats seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I have a friend with
for
4
who?
cats. It's
I
a
mean,
lot.
I would do it. I mean, I think the legal limit is 5.
Yeah, LA's legal limit is 5.
There's
Yes.
a legal limit of 5 cats.
Yes.
Before
It
you
was
even-
When you're having
3.
to constantly keep in mind legal limits, you're probably getting a little too far.
Yeah.
The fact that
Look,
you know legal limit is a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because
like-
people would go for like 20 or 30 because I would be that person.
You're the cat version of the guy who was like, so you're dating somebody new? Yeah, dude, she's 17. Hey, the statute of limitations is 17 here. Like,
Yeah.
calm down.
I know. I'd be like, you guys come over to my house. You're like, wow, there's a lot of cats here. Yes, it's within legal range.
Within legal. Yeah, I have
I
3.5.
have,
I have 3 and a kitten. Okay.
I have my lawyer here to verify that these
I'm allowed
cats
to
are
have
legal.
these cats.
By the
Here's my
way,
Saying
documentation.
Institute 4156 says
by the way, the bit that I just did was an exact storyline of one of the Transformer movies with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
the
you're
guy who's
right.
dating his
Ew.
daughter. Remember that, Marvin?
Yes, it's so strange.
He had a card
Wait.
that had the statute of limitations printed out on it because he was
That's
dating Mark Wahlberg's
scary.
daughter.
There's some random guy that shows up and Mark Wahlberg. First of all, the movie starts off with the weird Mark Wahlberg being like, "Don't mess with Texas" scene. And
Yeah.
then it has this part where this guy wants to date his daughter, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, sir. It's legal in this state. I have the
Ew.
law on my
Yes,
card
yes.
and everything."
That,
And
that's
I think
a
Mark
bit in the movie.
Wahlberg doesn't he agree? He's like, "All right."
Yeah, he's like, well, like he's like, you make a good point. You could date my daughter.
It's
So
such a
disturbing.
This is
That's
this,
so disturbing. Oh
these
my
are-
god.
these are lines written by humans.
which Transformers movie is that?
That's
It
gotta be
was-
like 4, right?
The fourth one, the
Or
fourth one.
5? 4,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, they're writing from experience. Okay.
well, no, hold
Oh,
on.
dear
Hold
God.
on.
Write what you know.
Transcripts.
Just write what you know.
It's funny because I was
Just
going to
write
say
what you
the
know.
one with all the flags, and then they all have a lot of flags. If you look at a Transformers movie, it's like American flags every other shot.
The one with the American military in it.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Mhm.
thank you.
What, all
I
of them?
pass.
Yeah, all of them. So what were we talking about? Statute of limitations?
Star
There's a
Trek.
cat. There's a cat in Star
that's
Trek
right.
now.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I love that Data has a cat. Like that's very
Yeah.
fitting.
He feeds
if
him
there can-
supplement 7-4.
Yeah, it's really
Well.
cute.
I think they mentioned like he has a cat because he wants to like he says something like he feels like it brings that extra connection closer to humanity for him or something. So he was like,
yeah.
I need to have a cat to experience this. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's really cute.
He also-
I mean, he had a daughter.
I mean,
and he
Data
killed her.
definitely.
Oh,
yeah. He definitely has like this general desire to be a caretaker. Like when he has that later in, I guess he's in essentially a therapy session with Deanna, and he's talking to her, and like he's like, why aren't Keiko and Miles like? Why don't they just talk to each other? And Deanna's like, don't worry, they're humans. And then
No,
he's
she's like,
well,
can I give you a piece of advice? Mind your own fucking business, dude.
You know what? Actually, that's really, to be honest, I know that's a really good piece of advice is mind your own fucking business. Stay out of people's business. Mind your own business. Don't, because especially when it comes to marriages, because that
In
shit
Data's
gets fucked up
defense,
real
each
quick.
each
They
like
both
either
asked
party
him
keeps
pretty
going to Data.
directly.
It's like, can you
Yeah.
tell
I was
him
gonna say
this and can
that,
you
yeah.
tell her that? Like you have to
That's
convince
true.
her to
Not
marry me again, Data.
yeah,
He's
he
like the
wouldn't have gotten
schoolyard
involved.
messenger.
Yeah. But in
It's like,
that
give her this
scene,
note.
he goes, well, I think I want to be married someday. You know, I think I have a
I
lot to offer.
know.
And I was like, oh, that's cute. He just wants to be like a good partner for someone in general. And I think that's adorable.
So he
Quit
wants to get
patronizing
married
him,
one day.
Marvin. You're being just like Deanna in that scene. It's like, oh,
I-
Luke, bless your
I-
heart. You're so cute. You could be a great husband one day, Data.
in high school, I was once given the task of being a messenger like that, and then I didn't deliver the
no.
message on purpose.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the guy was like, "What? Why didn't you tell her? Like I told you to like." And I'm like, "Because I don't give a shit, dude. Because I don't give a shit. That's why.
Exactly. See, that was the right thing to do.
If you want to tell her, you tell her.
Yeah. I was just
Exactly.
an asshole.
Because honestly, they should have worked it out between themselves, like
Yeah.
one-on-one. You're like,
You'd be like,
Which
she
is,
should
I
have been
think,
like,
what
hey,
happens
Miles,
off screen.
I
you
saw your records about the thing in the holodeck. I've seen them.
no, he's got to be like, look, sometimes I let Jordy borrow my holodeck logins. They weren't mine.
Yeah.
And like,
The Tapatio
they're
lady
not
is
my
not mine. The
programs.
Tapatio, I do not
I
like Tapatio hot
promise.
hands.
Like, that's not me. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I promise.
But by the way, we're a few episodes in now. What happened to what's his name? Does Worf ever talk to his kid, or he just deadbeats
No,
it?
that kid's gone.
He never talks to him. He's like,
Oh, you know what?
He's with his gramps and grandma.
I just
Yeah,
had a
but
random.
you never
I
see
had a
him, like,
random
checking in?
thought. I had
Sorry,
a random thought. Is
what was that?
it cheating if you have like a thing in the holodeck?
Do you keep going back?
Mm,
Oh, if you have to go,
yeah.
Then-
Like, is that considered cheating if you
Well,
have like if
is-
you went to
is
the holodeck and like I have like I don't know, like a sexy vampire evening. You know,
oh my
or
god, this is
something
very
like that.
specific.
What
This is
if
very
the thing
specific,
you-
Sarah.
what if the thing
We've
you
been
what if
watching
the
Interview
thing
with the
you-
Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's take the premiere episode of Interview with the Vampire and replace it with myself, someone else, whatever. I don't know. Is that cheating in a holodeck?
Well, what
that-
is socially accept? Is the holodeck considered pornography in the Star Trek world, or is it considered?
I mean,
It's
that's
the
the
internet,
joke
right?
we
It's
keep
considered a
making
place
about
you-
it.
I think it's considered a place you can do whatever you want. But would that be considered cheating?
It's Leisure World.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a very interesting because
Would you be mad? I
technically-
guess from a feeling if like your wife or somebody.
I would say it was cheating. It's so real. Like they can touch things. Like it's not like it's just a hologram.
I mean, so here's the thing: holodeck programs pass the Bechdel test, not the Bechdel test. What is it? The Turing test.
the Del
Because-
Taco test.
Because
They could pass the Bechdel test if they wanted.
Yeah, if they wanted
Yeah.
to,
You
just
but,
program them to.
but they're programmed to be sexist. They won't. They can, like when Riker saw Minuet, he was like, "Oh shit, you're like real," and like can I have a relationship with you? So I think at that
can
point,
he impregnate her?
yeah.
Can you impregnate
Meanwhile,
her?
Bezos is like, "Wow, you're not real at all.
No,
Let's
you
get
can't-
it on."
You can't get the whoever pregnant in there. No.
Okay.
You could program her to get pregnant,
Yeah,
You could.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like a
technically
real
wouldn't
baby.
be because of sex. Yeah.
What if
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fantasy rendezvous in the holodeck is just your partner but way hotter?
That is so messed up.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
Maybe that's
that
what she found
cheating?
out. She found out.
that's a different problem. That's a different problem
Oh,
altogether.
I think that's a different problem.
Wait. Okay. Now,
Really?
Wait. Now let's shift it. What if it's your significant other, but they're just doing things that they don't do in real life?
What?
You know what I mean? Like it's your
Like butt
wife
stuff?
With,
She doesn't want to
sure,
do butt
sure.
stuff, but now this holodeck version would like to do butt
Or
stuff.
like-
Sure. Whatever it is. Whatever.
No, I wouldn't be mad at that. Actually, I wouldn't be mad.
So that's not cheating.
Like if I found out that like my partner was, I would be like, okay.
I think it's
But it's still
odd.
you. It's still you.
It feels odd to do that.
It seems odd. Yeah.
So Sarah,
It feels
if
like
that's
a
not
way of
cheat- if that-
circumventing consent somehow.
yeah. Actually, yeah.
I
point.
actually wouldn't be too. I don't feel my initial reaction is not weird. Like
Well-
I don't feel weird about it. I
Well,
don't know
if
why.
that's not cheating, then
Interesting.
nothing in the holodeck is cheating. Well, if you kill somebody in the holodeck, do you get brought up in charges for murder? No.
No, because
Mm.
remember that guy, the random guy who would have like all these work. He had Deanna. Nope.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, that's
Bart Jordy.
fine."
Yeah,
You know, like nobody. He
Well,
didn't get trouble.
to be
for
fair,
that,
they didn't
so-
say that's fine.
Well, I think
They
Jordy
were-
was like, "You got to be more discreet, bro." You know?
Oh yeah.
Jordy was like, "Listen, you got to turn on incognito holodeck first."
Yeah.
Oh my
Turn on your
god.
VPN.
Use
Yeah.
ExpressVPN when you get in there.
Yeah.
I mean, would you, Marvin, would you feel some type of way if somebody was like, if
Now it's
if it
getting
was
real.
like cheating or like.
It'd be odd, definitely. It'd be like that.
So you would
feels
consider
odd.
it cheating?
Well, okay. What is the exact scenario? Because then,
Like you
Vampire
can make
Marvin.
up whatever. Yeah.
so Sarah is fucking a vampire Marvin in the
Yes.
holodeck.
yes.
I didn't need that mental image.
Or what if she's like I want two
Nobody
Marvins,
needed
two
that.
vampire Marvins, twins.
See,
Okay.
Vampire Marvin.
Well, I would just be like, that's kind of weird.
One with regular hair and one with long hair.
Oh
Long
my
blonde hair.
god.
Blue eyes or something like that.
Oh, God.
No, that's odd. I don't know where it crosses the bound.
But relationship ending? I don't.
I don't
think
know.
so.
No, I don't think
No,
relationship. But it's definitely like an uncomfortable point. It'd be like, why are you doing? I'm right here. That's weird.
No,
So-
but that's
Yeah,
not
but
something
he's
you
not.
can-
But your twin isn't Marvin. Your twin isn't, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be like a crazy, like, okay, so what if you do that scenario, but one of them is me, but you don't know which one because it's all
Oh.
a simulation. And I don't know what
Wow.
kink that is,
And,
but that's
and
something.
then you introduce a revolver with only one bullet in the chamber.
Oh my god.
Things
Yeah.
get real
Boom.
interesting.
Spicy. Yeah, and then it's definitely cheating if you're not there at all. Like it's just random people. That's
Well,
definitely cheating.
well, I mean,
Yeah, well-
that's
Well,
odd.
look, we don't know unless we're in that scenario, and I feel like we'll never get to the bottom of it until somebody builds a goddamn fucking holodeck.
yeah, we need
Yeah,
to-
we really need the actual holodeck here so we can all like ruin
Yeah.
our lives with these
I guess
quandaries
because
for real.
if it's normal in that world, I guess I mean eventually I think people's ideas around it will change. So yeah, I don't know.
Can I make a call? If you know Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, get him this message. Look,
Yes, please.
you can't build spaceships at the speed of how we're destroying the Earth. We're never going to get off the Earth and the speed that you're working on this thing. You're not. We're just not going to work out. The planet's going to go to shit before you can get off the planet and sustain yourself. So
Mm.
we have to build systems where we could live underground and growth systems underground where the scorching heat won't get us. So start building holodecks because that's going to be the wave of the
Mhm.
future. That's the only way we'll stay sane is through holodecks. So fuck the spaceships. We're all fucked. Just
This is
build
why-
underground bunkers for everybody. Everybody moves down to the fucking core of the Earth.
I thought you were gonna go like the Matrix route. Like
Well, yeah,
everyone's
like
just living in the
Matrix,
simulation.
But
That's
we
what Mark
need-
Zuckerberg. That's why Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg's working so hard in the metaverse.
Metaverse.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
but we need holodecks. The
But he's
metaverse-
making it look like the worst thing in the world.
Wait, isn't that metaverse actually? Now that I think about it, like
It's called
holodeck-
metaverse.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, no.
Yeah.
The metaverse is
the
just
real metaverse. It's The Sims, basically.
Yeah.
Metaverse is
Metaverse
like
is
Second
Second
Life,
Life.
if it was
Yes.
like older than Second Life is, like
Yeah.
somehow.
But would it
And
become
somehow you're
First
missing your
Life?
legs.
Yeah.
Would it become First Life if you gave up your first life then?
No,
Oh my
Second
God.
Life is a game that
We're
exists.
getting into some
it's
weird
called Second
questions.
Life.
You're
where-
like,
Yeah,
you're
Second Life is
if,
an
if in
old
Second
game.
Life there's two
Oh, I
Marvins
thought
and
it
one of
was
them is a
Second Life.
vampire.
like Second Life is basically what the metaverse was. It came out
that episode was
decades
hot.
ago.
That episode, that was a great scene with the vampires. Sorry,
With-
Interview with the Vampire. Go watch it. AMC.
with the floating fucking.
yeah, that-
Yeah.
It's surprisingly good. It's a surprisingly good
so
show.
good.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
like, yeah, I could get into this. This is great. I'll take this to the holodeck.
It's
program.
surprisingly interesting as a show.
Vampire
Yeah.
pilot.
It's just a quick mini review. Just by turning Louis black, the entire show is way more interesting because now you're a black man having to survive as a vampire in New Orleans, like the South back then.
Yeah.
That adds a completely different dynamic to
And
what it's
now,
like.
to be honest, it hasn't changed very much.
No, it has not changed at all. So.
Yeah, so that change alone makes the entire character far more interesting.
Very
'cause
good
it's-
show.
yeah, so-
Interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
I definitely recommend it.
we should get back to the show because people are getting very upset. They're like, "God damn it! I thought this was a goddamn fucking Star Trek episode."
To be
get
fair,
angry
the episode
now.
itself is also
Yeah.
fairly random. It's inviting tangents
Yes.
because there's
Yeah.
so many
So
tangents happening.
I think this is the record for like tangential time we've ever taken.
Yes, we apologize. We apologize. So I'm just gonna
With
wrap
a
it
guest
up.
on.
So,
I'm sorry, Jasmine.
I know, Jasmine. We apologize. So let me wrap this up. So basically, they're okay with a spy. They leave. I don't know why they roll up to this Phantom Zone with just one ship. You got to roll deep, like at least 10 ships wide, to really show the strength of power. Especially when
I think
when you're going to make a deal like this.
Well, the original premise, I think, was it's not very directly stated, but I think it's supposed to be like the quiet start to them beginning negotiations. I think the subtext to it is supposed to be like someone from the Romulan Empire does want to talk, but it may not be like
They didn't want to have like a ton of ships. That's aggressive. It was supposed to be like a peaceful talk.
You say we're humans. We're humans and we're aggressive as shit, dude. We carry a card that tells what the age of consent is.
And that's how war
movies.
starts.
Yeah, that's how the war starts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't like that part. And then the baby's born, the Juarez baby. And I don't know. It's weird, baby. And Picard's all fascinated. He's like, oh my God, the tree of life, dude. Terrence Malick was right. I do want to touch the wheat fields with my hand. And then the other storyline is Dan Miles O'Brien. Something changes her mind and they both want to get married. I don't know what. Yeah. They don't explain what it is. I think there was what's
in one
it called
day
when your family pays a dowry.
A dowry.
Yeah.
They raised the dowry and
They were like, okay. Yeah. I don't know. It was really weird.
She was willing to call off a wedding, then go back to the wedding in one day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
I wouldn't want to do
cold
that.
Feet, that's why.
Yeah. If my significant other says I don't want to get married on the day of our wedding, then it's like fine, then we're not doing this ever. Like it's not like it's like now or never. Like it's
I agree with that. Like I think that's really fucked up to do.
Well,
and I wouldn't get married. I wouldn't marry someone
planning too.
Yeah, I wouldn't marry someone who on the same day backed out. I mean, that's not the person.
I mean, that's pretty devastating. You're kind of done at that point where it's like, well,
how do you come back from that?
Yeah, that's really difficult.
Financially.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible.
Unless
financially too.
I mean, unless the reason was like something is like,
I'm never going to recover for this.
Unless the reason was like, oh, my father's been kidnapped, and they tell me if I get married, they will kill him.
Yes,
you know,
or the person they're cheating with shows up to the wedding, and
that's
then that's totally
grounds
then
for all
that's
sorts of
holodeck.
things.
Yeah.
That's a lot of layers of stuff.
I saw this video where like someone online they mistakenly hired, I think the guy was cheating with as like the wedding singer.
Oh no.
And so they didn't realize it was the girl that like, he was
Was it Drew
mixed up
Barrymore?
with. And then she revealed herself and then like started singing all these like fucked up lyrics while they were doing their first dance, and it like ruined everything.
Oh my God.
And she like kept her hair in her face so that he wouldn't like realize it was her. He wouldn't like recognize her until she wanted to be recognized. So she was like singing backwards with like her back towards them so that he wouldn't notice. And then eventually did this big reveal like, yeah, it's me, motherfucker. And then like,
oh my
God.
Yeah.
That's dramatic.
That's so fucked up.
And then the face of the bride and groom was like, oh my God. Because I guess they hired like a company.
I actually don't agree with that, because what happens to that then is you are now making the day awful for the bride. Like, it's not just exposing the groom. It's making her day as bad as it can be when you didn't have to. I actually don't agree with that. I think that's actually pretty cruel to the bride.
I'll tell you the setup though, because what happens is she's a singer that works for a company that hires out like wedding singers. Like,
I understand that. But
and she happened to be selected, but she did know that it was his wedding prior to.
Right,
they just
I understand
didn't know that she was going to be there.
But if she discovers that on the day of, I think it's pretty cruel to do that to the bride. Like, you're thinking entirely about revenge. You're not thinking about the other partner's feelings.
No, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but it was just a video I saw recently and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Spicy drama.
Yeah, that's dramatic. Definitely one wedding people will not forget, I'm sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they changed their minds in this fucking wedding. I don't know why they did it. I don't agree with it. And I'm gonna only give this 6 stars. 6 ships.
Okay, here, but what if it was on purpose to kind of show Data's own confusion with how humans just work? He just doesn't get it.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain that to me. Like,
So
if I was
like
Data.
Data doesn't understand like how he doesn't understand why Keiko's calling off this wedding, why they're acting this way. He doesn't get it. So the writers just did that to us. Like, we're missing key parts of the story here. Like, why did Keiko all of a sudden change her mind back, to kind of put us in Data's shoes.
But logically, you still, like, story wise, you still have to know why they did it. Even if you
Not if
don't.
they want us confused.
Yeah, I don't think things always need to be fully explained. Like, for example, okay, just off the bat, I'd actually give this a 9 out of 10. One, I'm actually really like the I like the premise of the episode a lot. I legitimately think this could have been a 10 out of 10, but there's two things that kind of push it away from that to me. One is that the episode was originally supposed to be entirely slice of life, not include anything about this Romulan spy. I think it would have been a lot stronger that way, actually, because that I
agree.
Yeah,
it really distracts from the quaintness of everything, and it makes for a dramatic tonal shift when you go from, oh my god, this is probably the largest intelligence leak in Starfleet history, but we have a wedding to attend. Like,
but then they also don't treat it like that either. It's just kind of like, another quaint thing, but it's like, no, that's pretty big. Like,
yeah, that's pretty huge that one of your ambassadors was a spy the entire time, probably for decades. Like, I can't imagine that. This must be one of the largest scandals in Starfleet history. Like,
and again, no one's gonna investigate the fucking.
Yeah, they'll just be like, damn,
Democrats did it again. Was it Wesley? No, he's gone.
No, we can't blame Wesley this time. And then the other thing is that they actually don't hold on Data's perspective for the whole episode. There's small scenes here and there where they cut away and they show what other characters are talking about, and then they go back to him. I kind of wish I kind of wish it stayed with him the whole time.
Yeah, and if they did that, then I would give more credence to the theory that the writers wanted us to feel exactly like he did and how confused he was with humans.
Yeah.
Which I think was originally the intent. What happened is, I forget if it was Rick, I think it was Rick Berman. He came in and was like, okay, we can't just have an episode like this. We need something crazy to happen.
We can't.
So that's why they inserted the Romulan thing. And it's like, that could have easily been an episode on its own. It's kind of odd that it just sort of happens on the side that way.
Yeah, so quick too. Like, it's just like,
for such it seems like it's such a large event that it must show up later in the series or something, right? And it doesn't. So it's very odd to me. So that's why I kind of wish they really fully committed to the idea. They were very wishy-washy on it. If they fully committed to the idea, I think it could pretty much be a perfect episode, because I do really like the idea of, because we're always asking questions like, okay, so how does bridge work? Do they have a day and night? This episode answers that. They have a day and night. Oh, how do we get gifts for people? Are there stores? There's literally a replicator room where if you want to replicate something large that's a gift, you go there. You know, it's like, it's interesting that we're learning how things
the family
work.
life.
By the way, I think that's bullshit. I think if you could replicate anything, then I shouldn't have to bring a fucking gift.
So apparently the difference is that the replicators in the rooms are designed primarily for food. So they're not
but even that big replicator, it doesn't matter. If you could replicate something within the ship, then I'm not going to give you anything. It's something stupid I have to fucking.
Oh, you mean the idea of a gift? Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, just gift giving in general.
Yeah, we should be post-wedding gifts now.
Yeah.
No, at this point, you do something handmade.
Let's move over to the Jehovah's Witness system and not celebrate anything.
You can celebrate without a gift.
Yes.
You totally can. Yeah.
Or you can make something from your heart that cannot be replicated.
I don't think
you can replicate that. Once it's done, you could just replicate it. So
yeah.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if I make you a little cat replica of Data's cat Spot out of cat fur.
I can replicate that.
Out of cat fur. Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it alive?
No, you just take the loose cat fur
do you mean
crafting with cat fur.
Sarah's sounding crazier and crazier as the podcast goes.
This sounds like a serial killer trophy.
There's literally a book. I have a coworker who worked on a book called Crafting with Cat fur. It's for real. I'm not.
I
You
feel like
think
I've
I'm
seen.
crazy, and I'm
I
not
think I've seen
crazy.
craft projects of like
No.
what that the needle
Yeah.
felting with fur or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is real.
I'm,
Yeah, that's
I'm not
actually
the
a thing.
crazy person. This is a literal thing. Like,
We had
That's what a
we had
crazy person would say.
we
Sarah.
had, we had a coworker that made a
Not
book
crazy.
that wrote a book about cooking
Oh my god!
the like dollar store food.
The dollar store
Ew.
cookbook.
Yeah.
The dollar store cookbook.
Really?
The night no, it's
I'm not
called the
gonna say
99-cent cookbook.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because she also made YouTube videos demonstrating the recipes.
Oh
wow.
no.
Hey,
One of them
that's
was
way
like-
more than most cookbooks can offer, man.
It
Were
was,
the
but here's
recipes
the
good
props to
though?
that.
Were they good?
okay, I was about to demonstrate. One of the recipes is we're gonna make like a pie for like people who are coming over. So here are Pillsbury dough like biscuits, and
Oh,
you just
no.
pop them open, and then you smush them flat, and you put some jam on it, and then you bake that, and that's your
No,
little
there,
pie.
there are much better things you could construct out of ingredients from that store. I know you
that's what we're
can.
saying. That's what we were saying the whole time.
Oh my god.
We
That's
were
just
like,
bad
Well, at least it's
cooking.
not Rachel Ray's late
Bacon.
night bacon.
We were like, you can get legitimate
Look that up,
ingredients from a
guys.
dollar
It's on
store.
foodnetwork.com. I swear to God, look up Rachel Ray's late night bacon right now, please. It's amazing.
Oh my.
It was,
that's-
it was,
just bacon in a microwave.
yeah.
Oh
Ew.
my
Oh,
god.
boy.
That's all it is.
You know, that was a thing when I was growing up. Like boomers really like to cook bacon in microwaves. That was
Yeah,
I
like
have a
because boomers-
tray
I mean-
for
I mean,
bacon
tray.
microwave.
I did too.
Yeah.
Hey, at least
I
you got
do
the
it now.
technology.
I
Yeah.
have the
There's
tray
literally
too.
the
Yeah.
ziggy zaggy tray.
Yeah.
It's supposed to like cook bacon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah. I had the one
it's not a
that- the
boomers thing.
hanging
It's
one.
an everybody thing.
I had the. Do you know the hanging one? That you'd hang the
hanging
bacon,
one.
like kind of like it just has little rods that are going up, and you kind of hang it like a clothing line or something.
Michael Scott was
Fold
right.
it over?
Sometimes you
No,
don't
I
have
don't know
time. You want to just wake up and get the bacon going. You want to just
Yeah.
have it.
You just want to
instantly.
wake up to the smell of bacon.
Yeah, you don't have
And you put
time
it in
to
the
fucking-
microwave, and all
You
the
know,
grease
okay.
drops down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Okay,
George
okay.
Foreman when that
Here's
was the whole
here,
thing.
here's a hot tip. If you really need bacon done that way and you don't want to do anything, literally, get a George Foreman or get a waffle iron.
Don't
Just
burn
put
your
the
feet.
bacon in there. You
Yeah.
just
Like
walk
Michael
away
Scott.
and then come back.
Man, George
Yeah,
Foreman
don't
really
bring your
Yeah,
had
make
feet
it.
sure you come back. Please make sure you come back. That's
George
crucial.
Foreman was critical to, you know,
No, yeah,
90s lifestyle.
you get bacon that's much
What
better.
was his problem
than-
with bacon? Why so critical?
no, I'm just
it
saying
wasn't-
like it was
Never
critical. It
mind.
was
Just-
no, George
Crucial.
Foreman grills were crucial to critical to the American home cooking in the 90s and the early 2000s.
and many college experiences. as well.
Everybody had a George
Oh
Foreman.
yeah.
Our college
You know.
apartment had 2 George Foremans in one kitchen. And
Yeah, we even
Yeah,
had one with
of
the
my
bun
roommates
warmer
had
on the
really
top.
big one.
Yeah.
And everyone thought it was healthy because the grease would come
That's
out
not how
of
that works,
the
George.
tray.
It's okay.
It's like
Hey.
it's healthier. I remember my grandparents and my parents being like, "Oh my god, it's healthier! Like all this, look at all this grease it trapped." You know,
Yeah.
Nah, that was
and-
knocking out the fat, damn it.
that's the flavor being flushed out of the. Out of the
You'll have
food.
to make our burgers bone dry.
That grease was down for the count.
All right.
Boxing.
Who else's scores? Who wants the score next?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this episode. I like the slice of life situation.
It's like a
It's really
nice
good.
change of pace. It's like an
Yeah,
anti-Star
it was great.
Trek episode. I like it.
My favorite moment is when he requests a female dance partner and they have a Tasha Yar lookalike that they won't show you the full face of. And then he has that really exaggerated, awful smile on his face. That's my
Oh,
favorite scene of the whole
God.
episode.
Oh
That-
man, I forgot about the smile. I watched this
Yeah.
Yeah,
episode
it's
2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, my
the
god,
weird-
that smile."
The creepy
Yeah.
smile, like
Yeah,
that's good. That's my favorite part.
So creepy.
Brent
I think
Spiner's
I
having
also
fun.
give it a 7 out of 10, just because I feel like you're right. They could have done better without being so wishy washy on like the audience perspective on Data's words. Like Data's look on humanity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like just like what and the spy thing, it's just too much. So yeah, I think, but I do love the episode. So yeah, like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I just wish they could have committed fully, but
Yeah,
this is also during a time where Rick Berman had a lot of control. Rick Berman's full of terrible ideas. So, I think that's why that happened. But all right. Data's Day. What a fun day it was. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Newbie Star Trek. If you guys have been liking the podcast so far, it'd be cool if you can, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict or Spotify, wherever you're listening, give us a rating or review. That helps us out a lot. And also, if you ever want to shoot us a comment, send us a question, ask us a question, I should say, complain to us, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week, we got a letter from Down Under, according to the subject line.
Oh, from Austria.
Hooray from Down Under. All right. So the
Was
letter
it spelled
starts
that
off,
way, or did you put on an accent?
Well, the letter starts off, crikey, what a ripper of a podcast. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
I love it already.
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes me want some macas.
We all wish we could go back and experience Star Trek for the first time, and experiencing it through the eyes of Ricardo and Sarah is the next best thing. I binged all of the
Wow.
episodes in a couple of days, and now I am sad I must wait another week. But I am excited that some of the best and most memorable episodes are just around the corner, and can't wait to come along for the ride. Growing up, and for a long time, I also viewed TNG in the same light as its fictional utopia, utterly infallible and without flaw. Now, almost 30 years later, I'm starting to notice the same inconsistencies and flawed logic that other fans have mocked over the years, and love Ricardo's hot takes when he rips on a piece of bad acting or writing. Cheers, Peter. So thanks, Peter, for that letter from Down Under. Thank you.
Anda.
Wow, thank you. We appreciate you listening.
Yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
listening.
you for not chucking a fit at our political views.
Yeah.
I'm surprised our podcast reaches all the way to that side of the world. That's crazy.
He's
It's
not
like
listening
there's
on
an
the
internet or
can,
something
Marvin.
connecting
They have
us
internet
all.
over there, dude.
Yeah. I think they have internet over there.
I mean, it's
Yes,
not
they
the
do.
Down
greatest,
under.
admittedly, over there, but they still have it. They can download, a 96
Well, over
kbps
there, it's
podcast.
the internet, the cables twirled backward the other way.
Yeah, they have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Their coax cables spin or twisted the other way.
Yeah.
I was
Because
so
of the-
sad that they couldn't actually rename their currency to dollary dues. That was a brief movement
Yeah.
that I was
What?
very
That's
behind.
Dollars.
There's apparently a movement in Australia to be like, let's just flood the inland. Like, there's nothing there. Let's just fill
Yeah.
it with water. Because
and
that
kill
way
all
we
the creatures.
What, and-
Waterworld.
I mean, fire's doing it okay already.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe that's why they want to flood it.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
think they were
just,
like
it's just so unfortunate that eucalyptus is so damn flammable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it loves burning. It has no bark that is anti-fire. So it just loves to burn.
that makes me sad.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this podcast didn't make you sad. And if you liked other things we do, you can head on over to fugitiveframes.com. We have the Fugitive Frames Film Podcast there, which is where a podcast where we discuss films, like it would suggest, and TV.
Don't go there
reviews.
now. I'll tell you when to go back. Don't go there. It's sad over there.
We got stuff there.
It's sad.
Oh my god.
And then we also have our Fugitive Games YouTube channel. That's also, we haven't updated a little bit in there, but there's a huge backlog of stuff you can check out. There's
True.
There's one, I actually made a recent new playlist because I realized we never made one for it, for our week of Mario. And that was a lot of
Back
fun.
when they were having their 35th anniversary and back when Super Mario 35 was a game that existed.
Yeah, I can't believe they just were like, fuck it. Like it.
Yeah, I
it's-
don't know. Nintendo's
it's a-
weird like that sometimes.
It's a fully formed, very popular game. Like,
Hey, but if you've ever wanted a rundown of how to play Mario is Missing on MS-DOS, we got your
Yeah.
back. I learned it, and I taught Marvin how to play it.
if you would like to learn about Mario's secret communist agenda, you can go watch our LP of Mario's.
If you want
I'm
to
not even
visit
joking.
if you want to visit China and meet Mayor Mick Chan,
Oh my god.
I'm not even joking. There is a segment where you visit Tiananmen Square and it tells nothing about what happened there. It only talks about, yeah, the emperor used to visit here. That's it. Nothing else happened.
Oh dear god.
and then you go to Russia, and then the brochures get all judgmental about everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, there's one part I remember. It goes, Russia has the most luxurious subway stations in the world, as if any other subway station could even compare. And you're like, okay, jeez.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's you can find all that shit. You just go to fugitiveframes.com. It's got links to everything there. All right, next week we're gonna watch The Wounded. I don't remember this at all. Although, I'm not sure if this is when the Cardassians first show up, actually.
Oh, I love the
Wounded.
Cardassians.
Yeah, so that'll be.
Oh my
if
god!
it is,
I thought you said the Kardashians for a moment.
This is
and
a-
I
this
was
is gonna- this is
really
gonna be a-
freaked out.
Wait,
this is going to be
I
a
can't-
common
I
issue
can't
moving
keep up.
forward.
Wait,
I was
are
like,
we
wait,
talking about
the
the Kardashians?
Kardashians?
You'll see what I mean. It's
The Kardashians?
no.
Are they just
no.
another group of talented-less people?
Actually, the Cardassians
It
are
is the
surprising.
Cardassians.
Yes, but they are full of talents, actually. Especially when you see them in
Wow.
other shows.
I want to
They're
apologize to Chris Jenner.
multi-talented.
Chris Jenner is the best. Chris Jenner is the best. She maneuvered it, and she played like social media well. That she got 3 people who don't have very many talents, and she made them billionaires. She's the VIP of that fucking family. They don't give her enough credit.
Well, that's next time
The
we're going to
devil
watch.
works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It'll be The Wounded next time. Jasmine, thank you very much for joining
Yes.
us once again. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll hope to see you back again soon for more Star Trek
Yay.
shenanigans.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, stay safe, everybody. And we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully next week. Hopefully we're back to our schedule. We'll see.
We'll
All right.
see.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Take care, y'all.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.